Oh. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Bitcoin bumping 118,100. I mean, you can liquidate those shorts at 120. We just might. Stay tuned to find out more. Hey, the people that don't pay attention are the people that won't get paid. It is what it is. You see how it's every day, right? Not just Monday, not just Tuesday, not just Wednesday. Every single day. We don't pick and choose the day, all right? We make it happen every single day. That's it. You don't have a choice when you go every day. You just go every day. See, it's pretty simple, right? It makes life not that hard to figure out. You just do the same thing every day, and you win. It's that simple. Pretty crazy, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show. Bitcoin looking frisky, looking like it may take out this 119 and this 120K region before it goes back down to these squirrely longs that have gotten in with liquidations at 115.5. We go down to 115.5, do we rip to 120? And that is the question everybody wants to know and make money on. Here we come and figure it out almost every single day. Look at Sebek bouncing off that bottom after that beautiful run-up. Can it have another one? It looks like it could make an inverted head and shoulder, making that higher low off of the 0.65 fib. Might want to write that down. Just might do the do, all right? Boo, banging on up to the upside. That means that Phantom is coming back strong. That means DeFi is coming back strong. Ethereum rips. What starts to rip? Phantom rips. MakerDAO. Everything that has anything to do with DeFi starts to absolutely explode. Understand these concepts, and when you're tight, the moving averages pump up. You get this move to the 200 moving average. It's just what happens. Boo, continuing its run to the upside. Look for it to possibly flag and likely continue till it hits that daily 200 MA, somewhere at about 38 cents for Boo. Let's take a look at BTC. Last night, I gave my trading group an update. I said it looks like it's in a bit of a double bottom, and it could explode. We gave you a long last night before I left the stream. I said, watch out for this inverted head and shoulder. Looked like it could break out. It had a shoulder, head, right shoulder, looked dumpy. It defied that, got tight. When it defied the head and shoulder, you had to start thinking something was brewing. The bot, remember, it knows. The bot bought at 118.33. The bot is now in profit. The bot knows something. The bot barely ever loses, or it mitigates the trade in a beautiful way. So, and I sell the bot. Hit the link down below to Minotaur Trading Systems. I will get a commission. You will get an amazing, amazing product, and life will be great. So jump on in today to find out more at Minotaur Trading. All right. God bless you all. Thank you so much for doing that. And you'll be able to buy and sell the top two while you're sitting at home watching the game. It'll be amazing. TARS AI looks interesting in this higher low. I'm in it pretty tight. I'd like to see it make a bit of a move. DJI 6930, the hot coin with the hot hand. This thing has ripped from $660,000 market cap where I first glanced my eyes on it. The next morning it was at a 6 million or 3 million. And now it's done over a 16x, about a 17x. For when I actually, let's see how much it's done. More than that, I think about an 18. So if it was at, so we're going to take a look. It's going to be 16.9 divided by 660,000. 25x from when I glanced on it. So that means there's big money in this market to be had. Imagine I had thrown 100K, would have made 2.5 mil. Bang, bang, bang on DJI 6930. Still time to get in very low market cap. I like where it's sitting right now. And yeah, it is what it is. It's just something I'm going over every couple of days since we saw it here too in this flag. Right there when I first really gave it, it was 004. So it has done a 4x, a little over that. Can't beat it. So Bitcoin, let's take a look at what's happening here. But I do see this bit of a double bottom. I see this as somewhat of a breakout. Other people can't, if I'm really hard on that trend line, Bitcoin's breaking out right now and possibly beginning a move to the upside. You can almost say it double bottomed here, had a higher low. So yeah, I mean, it's saying, hey, I'm ready to move. And people, I don't think, get it. The daily's a little far for the 21. So was the 8 hour, the 4 hour, but not too bad now. It's close enough for a rippage. That's beautiful. When you go sideways like that and come back to the 21, rippage is in order. So it looks to me like Bitcoin may be doing something interesting. Let's take a look at the stochastics on the 1 hour time frame. They're kind of bending. The 4 hour's getting busy and ready to move. So the 4 hour has reset in the stochastics while price went sideways. Very, very bullish sign for Bitcoin. All right. If you would lose the 21-day moving average, this would be invalidated. So, you could get in with a stop below 116 or a liquidation. For me, 115.9. And it says that there could be a massive move to the upside. All coins booming up. P&L 13,000 for the day. Things looking absolutely good. That's a very healthy sign for the markets. So I like what's going on right now. Things are bouncing back. Solana exclusively too, off that 8 hour. And we're going to talk about that and how we gave that call too as well. Bitcoin about to boom to the upside and do some damage. I may even open a trade here on a Sunday, which is interesting, right? Trading on a Sunday. But that to me, look at that bull flag on the 4 hour time frame. And again, who cares? If we lose, we've already been up so much. Haven't given back our gains. So I take a shot at this 2.59 risk reward ratio. Why not? Maybe we get a little higher, but 121,000 would be the target there. And the stop would be somewhere below 118, 116.5, 800, 116.8. That's what I'm doing though. Never do what you see somebody do on YouTube. There's a chance they run it right back to the downside and dump this puppy. But Bitcoin's at 118,200. It doesn't look like it's really slowing down at the present moment. And so I'm seeing a pump here for Bitcoin. And we gave a long last night. We talked about it too before I went to bed. If you were in the trading group, I was here last night, live streaming. So I didn't really have to do much more, right? I'm giving it to you live. I'll give it to you live. At the end of the show, we went over a pump coming out of the inverted head and shoulder. That has since happened, and we may be in a double bottom, and we could explode here. Bitcoin, right? So just hold on to your horses. We've been bullish ever since, and we'll see what happens here for BTC, okay? But hey, you never know. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, huh? Let's take a look at it, huh? What you doing over here, Bitcoin, huh? What are you doing, huh? So there's a scalp on BitNX touching the 21 above the 200 moving average and a bit of a flag. Look at the rippage for Bitcoin. Oh my goodness, the candle just exploding to the upside. Bitcoin just exploded. Oh my gosh, that was crazy, right? We see this stuff all the time. On the weekend, that's usually just a crazy short squeeze. That's what it was. Let's watch those liquidations here on BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP. You can see the liquidations that just occurred right there. We can see that. You see candlesticks. I see what the candlesticks are hiding. I see the volume and the liquidity. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful relationship, me and BOOKMAP. Sign up today to get into BOOKMAP. All right? It's awesome. You'll love it. You'll be able to see what's happening in the market and know where we're likely going to go. That was the closest red and the deepest red. So the deepest and closest red. So right now, the deepest red is 120K. So if you said, where are we going to go? It says we're going to $120,000 BTC. So Bitcoin starting to do some damage here to the upside. This is insane. I entered that trade right there as basically I said it looked super bullish. Figured why not chuck in some money. We'll see what happens though. It's only up 150 in a minute and a half. Jeez Louise. In 2 minutes, the thing just absolutely tore to the upside. I was about to make another scalp right there. Like I was about to scalp. I said, let me scalp here on BitNX. And it didn't give me a chance. It does look sketchy, like it could come right back down. Might be time to just scalp a Lino. But dang, I see bigger moves here on the bigger time frames. It looks like Bitcoin's about to head back to an all-time high. We could see 120K today. I'm just saying. Trades up 175. Let's see what happens here. Anybody long? Anybody long with the lifer? Anybody take the long last night? Anybody get in long? Or you just, weekend trading's not for you. I could understand that. Wow, the trade's up 210 now. 230. The king of 3%. That thing is ripping. 10% will be 1,000. 100% will be 10 racks, right? This could be the big one. This could be the money one. And see what I'm doing? Bitcoin for Bitcoin, right? That's the key. That's the key. Dang, I missed out on my entry on the smaller time frames here on BitNX. I would have scalped it pretty fast. It would have been awesome. Bitcoin absolutely tearing it to the upside. Trades ripping. Life is good. This is insanity. I didn't even have a chance. I was going to slowly get in, show you what was going on. I didn't have it. Like something in my mind slipped, and I was like, I gotta get in. I did trade on MEXC there. If you want to jump on in, I have Weeks as well, which is a great exchange. Bang! I wanted to swing trade Weeks. Wow, man! I had a plan to swing trade Weeks. Show you the scalp on BitTenX. Have it all kind of planned out, nice and neat and complete here. Bitcoin seeming like it's not going to wait. And just badoom right now. That's a breakout. I would be technically buying the breakout. Could get hurt here chasing. Well, you can get away with some sloppy seconds here when the market's very, very bullish. Think about it. There's only 1 million Bitcoin left. Somebody was telling me now. Like once it starts, isn't that true? There's how many? We're gonna ask Grok. How many Bitcoins are left to mine? How many Bitcoins are left to mine, right? I should know the answer, but I'll get it now. How many Bitcoins are left to mine? I think it's 1 million. I thought it was like 4 million, but I heard someone say 1 million today. I don't know if I believe that. Wow, Bitcoin absolutely ripping to the upside, 118,005. It seems like every time I show up here, Bitcoin starts to rip. So as approximately 19.5 have been mined out of a total of a supply of 21 million. This leaves 1.3 million Bitcoins left to be mined. Due to Bitcoins having events, which reduce the block entry 4 years, the remaining Bitcoins will be mined gradually, with the last one expected around year 121. 40. And at that point, the experiment will slowly, and the last Bitcoin will be worth like $1 quadrillion. You see what I'm saying? One, because everyone will be mining it, the whole network, and everyone will split it. Then what, though? What happens after that? What happens after 2140 when the last Bitcoin is mined? Then what? These are interesting questions I don't have the answers to. I wish I did. Very, very, very strange, right? Like, what goes on then? Anybody, any takers here in the chat? What happens after the last Bitcoin is mined? What happens then? There's so many people smarter than me. I haven't really been able to conjure up an answer yet. I'll think on it. I'll sleep on it. Eventually, I'll have something. But right now, I'm a bit befuddled as to what really happens. Bitcoin absolutely destroying the show here. 118,475. The USD pair. 118,554. That's if you're trading Bitcoin USD. See, it's up a little more comparatively. Wow, up $300 of the trade now on a Sunday morning. This is absolutely insanity. This is crazy. Bitcoin doing damage out the gate. Inverted head and shoulder, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Cup with the handle. Do you see the Sammy? Cup and handy. You buy the handle. You let it dangle. What happened there? I swear I was looking at a cup and handle over here. There we go. Time frame shifted on me. But there's your handle. And there's your just straight rippage cup with the handle to the upside. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside every single day. Not Monday, not Tuesday, not Thursday, not just Monday, not just Wednesday. Every single day, baby. We never take a day off. How is that possible? I don't know. Ask God. Where does the energy come from? I don't know. Ask God. And how does the man keep pushing every single day? I don't know. Ask God. I put God first, family first, and friends first, and somehow, some way, everything works out over time. You know, I do put my job very, very, high level. Like, I'm very attentive to my trading group because I believe those are the people that are changing their lives. And if God gave me the ability to change my life, then I better show up every day to help others, right? To feel fulfilled, to feel good, to feel like I did something with my life. So what this channel does for me is it makes me feel like I've done something with my life. So thank you. I appreciate you all, because without you, I probably wouldn't get this feeling of self-purpose, and I appreciate it. So may God bless everybody on the stream, and I thank you all for showing up every single day. I don't take it lightly, and I'm very, very thankful. 259 on the trade. Bitcoin ripping. 118,498. See what happens here. Got to cover myself up, though. Always use a stop loss, right? That way you can't lose money if you're wrong. This was a crazy scalp. I'll bet 200 to see if I can get more. You see what I'm saying? Or I could take the 200. That's a decision I haven't really made yet. I didn't expect it to go up so fast. The one decision I can make is to not lose money. That's the decision I've made. I'll go from there. You see what I'm saying? Those are the first decisions I make. I go from the next one after that. Let's see what the smaller time frames are looking like. So what we want to see is we're going to want to look for the 1 hour, the 1 minute to make some type of flag here. 1 minute flags out, then we're in for more pun. 1 minute will tell us exactly what's going to happen in the next 10, 20 minutes. We'll get 20 candles, right? They're going to show us something. They're going to either make a head and shoulder. They're going to make a bull pennant. They're going to bounce. Let's see if we can get this tight bull action and get a pump up to 118,000, 119K. Or are we going to dump, lose the 200 moving average? So you have two things are going to happen, and they're going to happen in the next hour. Yeah, you're going to get some crazy dumpage, head and shoulder. You're going to lose the 200. This whole thing's going to be done for the day. It's going to be one of those weekend pump and dumps, right? Or it's going to bounce, get tight, and there's going to be more coming this afternoon. And the 1 minute's going to tell us exactly what's happening here. And all we got to do is keep our eyes glued to the 1 minute and see. Right now, look at that nice little bounce. That's a good sign. These subtle nuances on the 1 minute. Every minute I get some information. And by feeding this information to my brain year after year, I have the neuroplasticity, which is changing the way your brain thinks by doing things differently over time, which creates different pathways in the brain. You can reprogram who you are, who you think you are, how much money you deserve. Today you could be, a tradesman making 80 grand a year. Tomorrow you could be the leader of a company making $1 million a month. How? You just change your mentality and decide you're going to be doing something different with your life, and next thing you know, everything will change. I can't explain how it happens, but it happened to me. So if it happened to me, it can happen to you. How could it not happen to you if it happened to me? Like, I'm not that superhuman. I'm not that special. I'm an Irish-American kid born in a Boston, a part of Boston. My dad was an iron worker. My mom was a school teacher. I grew up like everybody else, but I had a dream and a vision that I could do something big with my life since I was very young. And I think we all do, don't we? Something happens to that dream and that vision, it dies. I never let it die. I remember listening to the greats. I did, in high school, story time. I know, you want the charts, but story time. And hey, I got to tell a story. So the point is, growing up, I always believed that something big, something different could happen, and why shouldn't we? And I did my college thesis in English class. You had to do, a big report on an author, right? A big author. And everyone had to read Robinson Crusoe, and it was 12th grade. People read like 3 novels, and I was hanging out a lot, just doing the best I could to get by. I don't want to have to read that much, so I picked, who did I pick? I picked Dr. Seuss. Theodore Geisel, right? People don't realize his real name is Theodore Geisel. Theodore Seuss Geisel, Dr. Seuss. Anyway, I picked Dr. Seuss because I didn't have to read a lot of books. I read one biography and a bunch of other stuff about him. And, point of the story is I thought I was like, getting over, but I ended up learning so much about who he was as a person, what made him tick. And the one thing he said was to never give up your childlike behavior. Like, never give up who you are as a kid. His wife said even at 90 years old, he was like jumping out behind a door to scare her sometimes, like as a joke, But it was just, just a really, like, it stuck with me for the rest of my life. And so I joke around on this channel. I have fun on this channel because I'm never going to give up that inner child that built me, right? Because I see people that give up their inner child, and it stinks, man. They're no fun to be around anymore, right? You guys know those people, right? They can't joke, they can't laugh, everything's too serious. They can't laugh at themselves, God forbid, right? And so we love you, man. Bitcoin about to make a new all-time high here. Something's brewing here for BTC. It's pumping. And we may have got this log cooking right at the right time when I showed up here for Bitcoin. It says we could go to 121,000. We could start cooking to 130K. 130K looks like a bigger pullback area. All right. So shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Shout out to Vegas Claw in the house. Claw, holding it down. Shout out to Tom G's. Shout out to the people that show up on a Sunday morning to make it happen. Blessings on blessings to each and every one of you for being here. You know what I'll do? I'll clip 180 and walk away. It's looking sketch, right? If I could, I would have clipped more. Had a hard time there. Had a hard time there grabbing the stop loss there, dude. But nice breakout on the 4-hour time frame, suggesting, yeah, it may take some time. And we may go sideways a little more, but this is, wow. I mean, you can't say that's not a bullish pattern here forming on the 4. And in my humble opinion, beginning to break out, you know. So we may hold some key levels here. We're going to take a look at your 1 minute. We're going to do our top down. But, man, we just double topped perfectly on the 1 minute. Like, look at this. I moved my stop loss into profit. It was, I think, up 400. We're up 150. Could have been a beautiful scalp. But, you know, there's still a chance maybe shoulder, head, right shoulder here. We'll see. It looks like I may get that stop out into profit, though. Take 130 and build from there, but there's a chance it's dolphin dipping and going for the big one. And I'm in there. Such, you know, huge move to the upside on the weekend. Definitely could have exploited it. Was basically caught off guard. I'll take 100 at this point. Watch it and snap me out and bounce though. Still bullish on the overall big idea. Let's take a look. I'm going to take about, what, 95, 90. Look at this. Let's see. What if I stay in here? I'll put my stop loss at the wick. Wow, look at that bounce. That's insane, right? You'd think I control the market, right? You would think I was the market maker the way it bounced off my stop loss. That's crazy. Like I said, no. You will go. That's nuts. Have you ever seen anything like that? It's absurd. Seriously, have you ever seen anything like that's absurd? Like, what is that? Now it's stuck in time, 118,345. How about we rip this puppy to the upside now? Let it fly, baby. I could stay inside this trade. That's crazy. You know, you trade a lot, you'll find things that are absolutely insane, right? That's nuts. Sam's, this is what Vegas Claw would say. Ready? I got one. Sam's the type of guy that will put a stop loss on a stop loss. If he could, he'd put a stop loss on his tie. The guy's got a stop loss on his shoes. So, wow, it's funnier than I think after I think about it. You know what I mean? Hey. So, Johnny, what do you say? We got rejected about a 200 MA. We got back to 136. Sketchy business, crazy trading. This is nuts. Anyway, let's do our top-down analysis, see if we can get something out of the day here, and make sure that we're kind of focused. The bot is now in heavy profit. It got in at about 118,000, so the bot is in nicely in profit now too as well. Doing damage. Damage cheese, please. So let's take a look. Bitcoin fumbling around, but that is a bit of a double bottom. Could just be retesting these key levels, showing signs of life for a continuation to the upside for Bitcoin. We'll take a look at BTC, USD on the Bybit chart, or Binance, or MEXC, whatever one. I like the ones that have the most information here. Looks pretty good. So let's take a look here at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. And there we were. Yes? Why? What? I'm moving, babe. So let's take a look here at BTC. Don't you ever disrespect me again over here. She closed the door. Don't you ever disrespect me again over here. As if she was still there. You know what I mean? Making like I'm a tough guy. That's right. Yeah. Don't ever open the door while I'm streaming again, eh? That's right. That's right. Yeah. Let's see if I yell real loud. That's what I said, huh? Don't ever do it again over here. Nobody opened the door. Hey, listen over here. I'm the man of the house. You tell me to end my stream ever again, I tell you something over here. So let's take a look here. 167,000 for Bitcoin. Breaks out beautifully out the algorithmic measured move. I actually would take the wick to the wick right there. Bing. And this tells me we can get to about $172,000, and we could get there by August 13th. We could be ripping for the next few months for Bitcoin. I mean, you heard it here first. Only 1.3 million Bitcoin left to be mined. That's what Grok told us. Insanity. Insanity. Like, that's a big deal, no? So, shout out to the 860 beautiful souls here that are about to possibly see Bitcoin make an all-time high. Live on channel or closely to it. You watch too many Mafia movies. I know, my whole life. That's what I grew up on. I'm from the 80s, man. You know, the 90s was Casino, Goodfellas, all that, man. Hey, I was in the Bronx over here. Let me tell you something, kid. Let me tell you something. There's 4 rules, huh? There's 4 rules to this life over here. Hey, Johnny. Don't make me look stupid over here. You watch too many Mafia movies over here. Hey, don't disrespect me over there on the stream, huh? Have some respect for the lifer, huh? Hey, somebody get this guy out of here. Hey. He's always butting his pot, right? Hey, somebody get this guy out of here, huh? Give me a drink. Get this guy out of here. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, huh? Hey, come over here. Hey, it's been a... Hey, how you been? Hey. All right, enough is enough. Am I still on the trade? Pump. Stay tuned for pump.fun. Where is it? When is it coming? It's only a matter of time. We're going to see pump token. Pump all over the place. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, Sammy. Pump token's going to pump all over the place. Did you get some pump token there, eh? Did you get a piece of the pump token, huh? Did you get in, eh? Did you get into the price, eh? 40% off, eh? Get a bit of a difference, eh? In the discount of the coin. I bought my token the other day, eh? Hey, what you think, eh? Go get your shine bars, this guy's Lost in Space, Ironside, the best. Tell him, Sammy. I love you, Billy. You're funny, man. Lost in Space, man. Ah, man. Those were the days, though, weren't they? So let's take a look. We'll go back to what I'm talking about here on the weekly. We'll use Binance, might as well. So anyway, we broke out, and it looks like we could go higher to $172,000. If you want to see the same thing or show someone the same thing, you're going to show them that we're in a rising wedge that broke out. We had the shoulder, had right shoulder inside the rising wedge. It was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Going to take wick to wick, and, you know, we do it again, too. Yeah, 160, 179, 160 to 170,000, 69, $170,000. And then I double check it. And we look, yeah, and you can kind of extend it just a little longer, right? Just a little bit longer. And I keep getting like 171, 172K. October 13th keeps coming up. That's the second time I got the exact same date. Isn't that weird? Like, it usually doesn't line up like that. So you never know, but it does suggest. And let's publish this, puppy. Let's publish this. This is fun. So we'll put the date. And I do this a lot. Like, I publish this stuff and then it stays there. I called 106. I called 69K. I was 10 days off on the day. So pretty cool stuff. So yeah, we want October 13th. Bang. So you publish it and you hit publish idea. BTC to 172K by October 13th. 2025. I mean, you can feel all these big companies getting in now, right? Analysis, public, it's long, it's technical indicators, it's chart patterns, fundamental, no. Yep. I abide by the house rules. And so we let that sit and cook, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Amazing to check this over time and see where we end up. Do we, I can't wait. I love these predictions. So we'll see what happens. Bitcoin slumping down to the downside. Looks like my trade may not be in the money anymore. No. They took me out too for like $100. So hey, I won money this morning. I didn't lose anything. Could have got a little more double bottom on that 1 minute time frame. Let's get back to our analysis. Had fun on a Sunday though. It was a good bit of a rush, no? Hey, let's take a look at the 5-day chart. And again, never do what you see on YouTube. Please, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my life. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is my life. You're watching my life as a trader every single day. And the chances I take and the risks that I go, So here, Bitcoin now has a beautiful support on the 5-day chart, the weekly, right? Like 109,000. This even has it at 110K on the 5-day chart. It's a little higher. So, but you're getting strong support on the bigger time frames at key levels. Here too at 111,650. So I like it's starting to set up pretty nicely. And the daily, yes, the daily could continue to pump, but it would make more sense to have some type of, maybe even uptrending flag, right? But it would make sense that we would have at least a connection with that 21 before our next bigger move to the upside. So I could see like 6 days of consolidation, 5 days of consolidation. This would be huge for the altcoins. Every time we go sideways, there could be some nice pumps for the alts. So this is something that looks likely to me. I'm not guaranteeing it, but it does look somewhat likely. 4 hour could take the cake here and just press on that daily, but we got to understand that every time the daily's away from the 21-day moving average, the way it is, there's just a little bit of caution as to what's really going to happen here for Bitcoin. So right off the bat, I would kind of complete this idea and say, that's an ascending triangle. They can dump. They're 50%. They're not 100%. Looks like we got a fake out too, but it has a monster measured move, right? To the upside there, 125,000 even is the measured move, because that's just how it is. I don't make the rules. So here, I'm caught in between. My system gets in places where it's 80%, 70%, 60%. And right now my system kind of goes down, right? Why? Because the daily's away from the 21-day moving average. Yet at the same time, we see a potential for a pump. So my system could get you in, and we could easily get stopped out here, and we know that. So everyone's system has what's called like a range, basically a range probability, meaning it has higher probabilities in certain areas. And as we get closer and further away, like my system works great near the 200. When you're on that 21, like that's why not taking advantage of this is just a mishap, because that is the key right there. It was the key there on the 4 hour, and it was the key here on the 4 hour. And we played both of these. And if you remember, it's like because I just love touching the 21 above the 200. If you learn anything from me, like I can teach you the key entries to have and exactly when to get in, where the stop loss should be below the wick, and like so many times we nail it. It's pretty awesome. So can Bitcoin continue to pump? It very well may. I like what I'm seeing here for BTC, and it makes sense, right? It does, that we could get a move here. So as I kind of draw this out on the 4-hour time frame, and we even look at the 1 minute getting a bit of a bounce there, and it's staying above the 200 moving average, which is key. So let's go to our 4-hour. I'm here on beautiful BitTenX, which a great layout, nice exchange. And this is where I might just set up a scalp. So I'll see the bigger time frame trade. But I may be just trying to get in a little tight there. So that's a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I mean, I could get out somewhere in the middle. Take profit could be 125, 511. We have pumped on a few Sundays, so this wouldn't be crazy. You know, this will be a smaller trade because this is a smaller account. And maybe I don't know. I don't love trading Sundays. Pretty sketchy, to be honest, to be trading anything on a Sunday. I'm likely to get stopped out, so I know that. But hey, we're close, and I like to live dangerously. You know, margin's 237. That's the most I can lose even on a liquidation, and I'll bring the stop loss above it. So I'm not risking a lot. Remember that. Just want to make this clear. I'm not going all in. Smack that like, folks. It's nothing but the best education you can get with Sammy. Subscribe ×2 with the 99 in the channel. God bless you. Thank you for saying that. We have 938 beautiful souls here on the live, 255 likes. $1 in chat revenue. I can go to town with that dollar and make, who knows what, I could make a lot of money with that dollar. So God bless you. Thank you so much. That'll come back to me tenfold. I'm here on weeks now, and weeks is where I love my swing trades, right? Where I'd like to get in and get out probably tomorrow. Maybe not have to take the whole move, but just get a nice piece of the move. So weeks is kind of my go-to for swing trading. Understand? And I like separating my trades like this because it helps me maintain my plan. So this would be a 4-hour trade. I wouldn't really stress any other time frame. Same idea. And this one I'd like to be in longer than the BitTenX trade. See, the BitTenX trade, I'm just trying to get in and get out this afternoon. So like I know which trades I want to sell and which trades I'd like to stay in. That way when it's time, I'm not sitting there wondering what to do, right? And profits are taken when they're supposed to be. Now, a lot of times early profits are taken. It happens, but it's a guaranteed, not guaranteed, but it's a constant process of taking profits, which ensures higher probability of winning over time because I'm always doing it. See, I've learned that I'm just going to get what I always do in life. And if I always do things, that's what's going to be my life. And so if I always take profit, I'm going to be someone that does that. If I always sit in limbo and think, then I'm going to be someone that sits in limbo and thinks. I've been the trader who sits in limbo and thinks, and you know, you can only make so many trades when you're doing that because you can't really move. Understand? Like, it's crazy, right? Yeah. 116,690. I got a 6 instead of a 1 there. So this could be 1,000 for 5,000. You know, 500 for 25. We just made a boatload on this account, so I could risk 350 for 15. I'd like to get way more than that on a pump like that. You know, at the same time, it's weekend trading, and I know it's sketchy. So this is like where you have to ask yourself where you're at and take the risk that you're willing to take. And that's what I've learned about trading too. Like it just, you know, and be willing to lose. Like I'm okay with losing. Let's go for it, you know. Bang. And so now we're in. And Bitcoin looks pretty bullish to me. I have to be honest, maybe that dumps. It could double top here. It's at a resistance. A lot of people are going to short the resistance. And they're going to say, why would you long this, Sam? You're likely going to get stopped out easily. Maybe I do. It is it is Sunday. I would caution you that the odds are low that I win these trades. It's more like 50-50 than 70-30 like usual. But we're above the 200. We're touching above the 200 on the 15. 21s. Everything is looking pretty healthy. So even though it is Sunday, even though the volume's low, even though I know things are somewhat sketchy, and honestly, this looks like an Adam and Eve, doesn't it? And that looks like it could just absolutely rip. So I see an Adam and Eve now coming out as well. This looks very, very bullish for Bitcoin. I got to tell you. So you do whatever makes you happy. I'll do what makes me happy. and I'll be long. And maybe I have to come out with my tail between my legs tomorrow with a big loss and show everyone that I didn't win. So we'll see what happens. But I'm willing to put myself out there every single day and find out what happens. Anybody sold here? So here's the deal. Let's put a poll out here for everybody. What are ya? What are you? Long? Short? Sidelines? Let me know. There's a poll right there. Are you long, short, or on the sidelines here for Bitcoin? I'd love to know what you're doing. Let me know what you're up to. This is pre-Monday institution buy-in pump. Hey, had my first huge loss yesterday. It did hit me for the 1 hour. But it's part of the game. There's a reason it's named profit and loss. Sam Price, 100%. It's not P&P. If it was, then everyone would be 100%. And I've never met a 100% trader out there. I bet my bot's 100%. I've never been 100%. So that means someone loses. Everybody loses sometimes. I see some awesome win streaks, but it takes one big move to end those streaks. You know, you could be 30-1, but you could lose it all in that one trade. I'd rather be 3-10, but have proper risk management and be up $1,000. See, like, again, sometimes I'm 8 for 10. I've been 22 straight too. The beauty is with my risk management is you can also be both, right? We went over FARTCOIN last night. That thing is absolutely destroying the game. Fat coin, dude. Fat. You fatty fats. Fatty McFat coin over here. Yeah, but it looks bullish to me. You see, we put out a big call for it yesterday. It looks like it's going to launch to the upside. FARTCOIN for gains. So, never fade the life revision. Yep, learning for the best of the biz, my brother. Sammy, cup and handy. Shout out to Lord Dro 3213. Shorted pump fun at 124% win, my boy. I love it. I love it. So yeah, it is perpetual, right? Let me see here. Let me see. Good for you. Let's take a look at what's happening on the perpetual here. I don't think I'm going to touch it. It's a little too risky for me. Are you short of that top there? Let's see what it did. So it was 5005, went up to 07. Nothing too crazy. Clear with my vision. And let's take a look at the poll here. Let's see what's happening. 71% of the people are long, 9% are short, and 20% are on the sidelines. Very, very interesting. So most people are long. That means we may get liquidated. You know what I mean? We want less people to be long, but we'll see. Not many people are short in the chat. But again, maybe the lifers go against the grain too. So that might be an opposite poll. Like most people might be short, or most people might be on the sidelines. Interesting. Pump fund could make some type of cup and handy. If Bitcoin pumps, I could see it getting a revival here. Otherwise, it could fall off. It does look like this too. Shoulder, head, right shoulder could dump her to the downside. Let's see if it in the next few hours you get a bounce, then that thing could, do damage to the upside. Bitcoin 118,250 hanging out right now. My old job paid less than a year than XAI staking did in a month. I'm dead serious. It's amazing. Lost so much on meme coins last year. Finally, oh my gosh. There really are the bots coming in, and I read it. So, fine, you got your read, guys. Move on, man. I know, the bots caught alive. I know, right? XLM has been printing profits too as well. It's been green zones, baby. Let's take a look at the green. So, H-bar up 21%. PENGU continues to pump. Render up. Cake falling off, but bonk, 14%. Floki, whiff. And meme coins really taking over yet again. Meme coins and then H-bar, algo, some good utility too in there. Immutable X, you're seeing gaming, you're seeing RWA with Ondo, you're seeing Radium because Solana, right? Radium will be strong because it encompasses everything. and AI agents and more. So like, you can go and look for the narrative, or you can basically buy the pathway that the narrative has to go through. And that's why you buy Solana or Radium. That's the key idea here behind these. That's why I'm in deep. Deep is the Radium of Swede. Don't you understand? That's the whole connection here. My plans are still in motion. How I bought Aerodrome because it's the cake of Coinbase. This stuff all should play out over time. I've done the thought process. I've seen it happen. The pipes are ready to rock. Bitcoin, 118,323. So I'm looking for a bullish move here for Bitcoin to the upside. Looks like we may pop and go. We're in price discovery right now. I don't think people realize. Just like when you're in like the 1 second and a new coin's in price and that thing's ripping all day. Bitcoin does that, but on a daily scale. And it does massive amounts of price discovery. So like we're in price discovery right now. If Bitcoin starts ripping out of nowhere, you can't be surprised. That's why it's been like, I said in my trading group, I said, this is one of the hardest times to trade because Bitcoin could dump at any moment and pump at any moment. And nobody knows. All we can do is use our TA, where we are for the 21, and our traditional ideas and values that we use every single day and go from there. For the 1 hour does look like it's kind of hanging out. Maybe it comes all the way back down to the bottom of the channel here, 117.9. It would be nicer if it broke out here, which it looks like it did, and it's going to retest and continue to pump its way on out of here. So let's watch for this. In the next 3 to 4 hours, we're going to get some information. The 15 minutes going to give us that information we went over to as well. We do have liquidations up at 120K. They're very close. It's deep red. And, in the deepest red there, 118.9. Suggests that we're definitely going 118.9 pretty soon. We might do it in the next 10 minutes as I say it, really, because it looks so close. But you never know. I'm open-minded to believe that anything is possible, too, as well here. Okay. Blessings to everybody out here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Never thought it would be this crazy, but it already is, man. It already is. God bless everybody out there. Hope you're having a wonderful day. The trend is your friend. Why go against the grain? 100%. 100%. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm more bullish on Bitcoin. FARTCOIN looks good. All the big boys look like they're in motion. Let's take a look at Sol. I looked for Sol to bounce last night. And we were looking at it on the 8-hour time frame, if I'm correct. And I was looking for it to bounce off the 8-hour 200 moving average. And it did exactly like it was supposed to. Good pony. Good doggy. Good pony, right? It did exactly what it was supposed to there. Solana. And that's a consolidation for a lifetime there. That thing could do some damage. Above the 200 moving average on that 8-hour time frame. Beautiful entries. I like that right there for Solana. Bang, bang, bang. Sol. 125 coming sooner than later. Tuesday inflation reports could spark a massive move if we come in light. Yeah, let's take a look at what's happening for the week ahead too, and we'll go over this tonight as well, but why not? For Monday, nothing crazy. M2 supply year over year though in China, right? CNY. Retail sales. So nothing for us. No red folders for the US. And Forex though, we have something. At 8:30, we have core CPI month over month and year over year. That's coming in at 8:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time Tuesday, July 15th. And then moving forward, we have core PPI coming in Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. So a big week ahead, and unemployment claims on Thursday. Friday we're free, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, volatility expected at 8:30 in the morning. Get your hard hats on, get ready for the volatility, baby, because it's coming. So we're going to get it. Get excited. There's going to be action. Write those down. Put sticky notes on the desk. 118,350. Bitcoin seeming to pump through that 118,300 level after that little dip here. Strong. Bitcoin strong, baby. Bitcoin strong. So we'll see. Only time will tell. Right? Bitcoin, baby. Back up in another trade. Let's see if this thing can rip. So here we go. And I love trading the BTC.P over here. Bitcoin for Bitcoins over here. Wow, we're ripping now. 118,004 on the pair. Starting to show a monster move over here. I'm looking at an Adam and Eve double bottom too. That's an Adam and Eve, if I've ever seen one, for sure. Like, you can say what you want. That is a 90% chance of booming up. The length here, like, that's like, it says it's going to happen for sure. Go to 120K, possibly today. It's on the board too here for BOOKMAP. It's sitting right there, so you're not making this up. 120K sitting pretty there with liquidity waiting for us to come and snatch. PENGU doing damage too as well. The market looking ripe for the taking. A lot of the setups I put out absolutely booming to the upside. PENGU doing damage. I thought it would make at least some type of flag there. But look, it did. It made an inverted head and shoulder back to the 21 and ripped. You just got to use my strategies and slap them on everything you see. Just smack it on there. Boom. Don't think as much as you do. Just do. Make flags. Make pennants. 21 moving average. Low stochastics. Attack, attack, attack. Go at it, at it. Don't. No fear, no fear. Go, go, go. Bang, bang, bang. Make it happen. Stop living in fear. Stop living in an emotional prison and start living in a logical place where data makes sense, because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you find a data set. 118,450 for Bitcoin, ripping in the stream here. Seems like today could be the day for another all-time high. We are very close to an all-time high. We're $400 away, and you don't think we can do it? The asset everybody's fiending for. Look how close 120K is. It's a skip and a jump. 118,005, Bitcoin pumping. The emotions flowing. The heart racing. You can feel the blood going through the veins. We've got this, baby. Shout out to my lifers. Let's go. Wrong button. We're at all-time highs. Are you kidding me? Life is where it's never been. Like, these are the days to be alive. Like, these are the days, man. These are the days. What a blessing it is to be alive here for BTC. And wow. Wow, 118,005 shorts getting flattened. The prophecy's been written. All trades in the green that we gave you here on the live. Booming to the upside, 5%, 7%. You name it, we are getting it in. And then the other big boy trade here on MEXC. So we got trades open. We're not playing with you. This one's open up another 200. What a big pump for Bitcoin now. Just ripped to 118,600. This seems to be a key area of resistance. We got to break through this. We couldn't get it through here. We couldn't get through here. Now we're here again, having some trouble at 118,600 for Bitcoin on the USD pair. I'll see y'all next year in Vegas, baby. Of course, I already booked it, so we ready to rock. Exactly. Much respect. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Sunday, fun day right now with the pumpage. And it could turn back in our, you never know. It's the weekend. Always have a plan. Always have a stop loss. Just be careful. Anything is possible. So I gave you my bullish spew. I told you that the charts look bullish. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to sound like a perma bull over here. Some days are super bullish. Some days aren't. Some days it doesn't look that great. Some days it looks better. We never know. I just show up every day and I give you the sauce. You guys seem to love it, and we go from there. Shout out to the 1,000 people here on the live. $11 in chat revenue, and I'm going to jump back out with the family. They're wondering, why did the stream go so long today? Usually it's just 20 minutes on a Sunday, because Bitcoin stole the show, everybody. We got another pump. Things are getting crazy, and I can't just skip off in the middle of that. So I'm like a doctor on call. You never know exactly how long you got to stay. Just got to make sure it happens. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We'll continue to give you the sauce throughout the day and throughout the entire week. And I'll be here, God willing, keep me healthy and safe throughout the week so I may do my job for everybody and continue to shine. God bless everybody here. Keep pushing. You are the light. You are the one. You are the opportunity. Never forget that. You've got this. Only you can change your life, and it starts with believing in yourself. I believe in you, so why not you? You've got this. No one's going to subscribe to your channel if you don't. You got to subscribe to yourself. Let's go, baby. It starts with you. It all starts from within, you know? God bless you all. The secret to success. I found out what it is. You know what? I studied so many people throughout the world. I asked them questions. I read books. I found out what the secret to success is. It's getting started.